Alright, what's going on, guys? Give me a second here. Close my door. I'm actually about to get ready to go to my meeting tonight, so I gotta change and get ready here pretty soon. But yeah, I just want to make a quick video, kind of update video about work and uh, just a few other things. So um, yeah, and like I was just saying, a few other things kind of at the end of the video. So uh, well, the only real new thing I guess that's sort of going on with work is that the dairy manager, he seems to be doing a little bit better when it comes to, like, stocking stuff and all that kind of thing. Sorry, let me try to just wanted to adjust my camera a little bit there. So um, yeah, so I think the new dairy guy, he's getting kind of used to the job and, like, knowing what he's supposed to do and that kind of thing. So he is getting better. It's not like, I go into work and on a Monday and there's a whole bunch of pallets left over still, and that kind of thing. Um, what sucks is on Mondays that we usually get a egg, load, and then we also have some DPI stuff. Of course, yesterday I wasn't able to get the DPI stuff because I had to. Sorry, my leg. It's just. um, I had to worry about doing the eggs, organizing those, and then stocking the eggs, and then making stocking the fluid dairy, and then there wasn't any. Sorry, yeah, my leg just all of a sudden is just itching me right now. That's the shorts or something I'm wearing. Anyways, so so I was doing the eggs and then the fluid dairy. There wasn't really any not juice, sorry. There wasn't any yogurt I needed to do, but the juice U-boat was full, but I wasn't able to get to that in my 4 hours. And what I was going to go back saying is that there was a lot of sour creams, cottage cheeses, and then the cultures. So there's a lot of cultures and creamers that still need to get worked. So I kind of had to spend a good amount of time, making sure those were all full and done. And then like I said about the juice U-boat, that was totally full, but in my just certain amount of time, I'm not able to get to every single thing, so obviously in only 4 hours. So actually, so I was doing sanitation, and so I think I got done around, like, I don't know, it was like 11:30, and so then I went over. You had about a half hour. I had about maybe 25. We had about 25 minutes, so I went back to the dairy, and there was the juice U-boat was totally full. So obviously the morning guy did not stock the juice. He just put it onto a U-boat and then didn't work it, didn't do anything. So that's where that's sort of becoming kind of annoying, of like where I notice there's certain U-boats that are like super full, and like I can tell by the shelf where the juice were that those are, you need to make sure you're doing that in the morning so that that's done. I'm not having to worry about it or whatever, because. So, anyways, I did have some free time, during my sanitation, so I just decided to go back and get my hours. So I'm right at midnight, 3 midnight. Um, and then so I stocked the juice, and then I left at midnight. Uh, so Monday wasn't too bad, and then today I have off, so that's kind of nice. I was just able to hang around the home and not really do much. I mean, the thing is that I couldn't really go anywhere, sort of, because we had people working on the house. So there needed to be somebody home, and both my parents work, so, and it was my day off, so I'm here, you know, by myself. There's nobody else that lives here, so um, yeah. So, anyways, besides that, um, recently it was the second that we had our kind of like transition into like total Safeway type of schedule and all that stuff. So, my boss basically wasn't really. I basically had no schedule, and the problem was is that I had I'd worked Monday, and then I worked Tuesday. I had to work Tuesday the second because, uh, and this is like last week. So this week I know what I'm working, even though I'm not scheduled in in the system. I have a written schedule from like the assistant store manager. Like he's made my sanitation schedule. I know my dairy schedule, but it's not like actually put into the system yet. So it's like even though I'm clocking in and it says, "Oh, Nate not scheduled," and blah blah blah. Even though I technically am, it's not put in the system yet because they're having problems trying to get into the system and they have to do written out schedules and stuff like that. So just like a whole bunch of problems, obviously going into kind of trying to use a new system type thing. So Tuesday I was working 9:30 at night to 6 a.m. I was basically the glorified uh, front parcel. So I was cleaning and taking care of cardboard and garbage and cleaning the bathrooms. And at the end of my shift I kind of started helping out with some of the front parcel stuff. So like vacuuming the fronts, making sure I did a general sweep of the store at the end of my shift. uh, and then at like this was around 5:30, I kind of started doing this, sort of that other morning stuff, helping out. So getting all the carts off the lot and that kind of thing, trying to organize stuff so that at least it's somewhat organized for the morning person, that gets there. Um, so so I was working, uh, Tuesday night to Wednesday 6 a.m. Then I went to bed because I was very tired. I was surprised I was able to go to sleep. The sun, was just barely coming up. So I was like, I rushed home. I had to obviously take something because I wasn't going to be able to just totally fall asleep on my own. If I hadn't taken something, I probably just would have stayed up for a couple more hours and then maybe fall back, go to sleep. But I was just like, nah, I'm just going to take something, go to sleep for basically as long as I can. So I slept until about 2 in the afternoon. And what I didn't know is that, of course, I had my phone off because I didn't want to have any calls and wake me up because I worked till 6 in the morning. So I had my phone totally on airplane mode, so I wouldn't get any texts, any calls, anything like that. And I also had my phone totally off. And then after, when I started I was working Wednesday night, and this is the problem too, is that because I didn't see any of my bosses, I didn't know if I was working or not on Wednesday. I don't know if I was scheduled or not because there was no schedule posted, and then I didn't see any of my bosses either. And so it's like Wednesday afternoon, I guess my boss had texted me saying, "Hey, can you work 3 to 7?" I was asleep until 4. I didn't even turn my phone on until later in the, afternoon, basically. And then I went to work, I worked 8 to midnight and then went to sleep. And surprisingly, I was able to fall asleep. I kind of was able to, fix the sleep schedule pretty quickly. I didn't have too many problems of being like tired or whatever, that type of thing. But yeah, I didn't see any of my bosses, so I wasn't able to talk to anybody. And then Thursday comes around, and then so Wednesday I'm working from 8 to midnight. There's no bosses there at that time because most of the bosses leave at 7, 6 or 7. So, and the store manager at that time is gone too, so I can't talk to that person either. And then Thursday comes around, and then I'm working 8 to midnight, and I don't remember. No, yeah, so I had no bosses there at 8 to midnight either for Thursday. Then finally Friday comes around, and I'm I imagined, basically, I was just working off of last week's schedule. So I was just repeating what I did last week. So you can't really blame me too much for just thinking that, oh, okay, so this has been my schedule for pretty much for a long time. I'm just going to stick with that, and then, hopefully that's not too much of a problem. And then eventually I talked to the store manager, talked to her about it, saying, hey, yeah, I wasn't able to talk to the assistant store manager. I wasn't able to talk to basically any of the managers because they weren't there for the whole week that I was basically scheduled to work, or I thought I was scheduled to work. Sorry, I need to check something here. Okay. Oh, okay. I thought it was a little bit later than what it was. I was like, oh no. Oop, yeah. Trying to check the time, and then of course my phone falls over. Yeah, I don't really have anything in front of it to keep it from falling. So eventually she was like, next time talk to your, you know, find the assistant store manager or talk to your sanitation boss. I'm like, well, yeah, but depends on if if I, whatever. So I was just like, okay, fine, so, and then Friday I just worked 3 to midnight because that's what I thought I was scheduled to work. Then eventually Saturday I didn't do sanitation because I actually was able to get my phone had the app, this new Safeway app, whatever thing, to check your schedule. And so it finally told me that on Friday and Saturday I was just doing 3 to 7. So I was like, okay. Of course, I didn't know that at the time because I hadn't gotten the app yet. And yeah, for this week, there's not. Yeah, it's weird how last week it said I was scheduled for Friday and Saturday, but this week I'm not scheduled. They haven't put in my schedule for this week, even though I know my written schedule. I'm working Monday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday. Thursday, I'm doing sanitation. Friday, I'm doing sanitation. Saturday, I'm doing 3 to midnight. Wednesday, I'm doing 3 to midnight. Monday, I'm doing 3 to midnight. So I'm only doing 3 days in dairy, but then 5 days in sanitation. So I'm getting about 32 hours, which I'm fine with that. It's, if it starts to go in the 20s, that's when I start to complain. Because, as I've said before in probably past videos, it's my only job. I'm not a college student, so I have plenty of time to work, So, if you start to get your hours cut, it's annoying. And then also too, when it comes to like we're getting later into, that's what was kind of first got me a little bit, like what's going on here. But then I realized, my boss told me kind of the situation about the other dairy guy. I was like, oh, okay. So he wanted an extra day, I guess make it worth his while, He was only working like 3 days, so that's not even, that's like, well, I know Sundays, I think Sunday he gets a little bit more hours, and then Tuesday is just 3 to 7. Like most of the dairy is 3 to 7, except on like Sunday. I think on Sunday it's like a 12 to 6 or something like that. So it's a little bit longer shift on Sunday. So basically he gets now he should be getting around 20 to 20 something hours, 20 to 24 basically ish. Yeah, of course I'm only getting 12 in dairy, but that's fine. I make up with the sanitation. Obviously, if I wasn't doing sanitation, then I'd be like, yeah, this is not happening. So, anyways, but just in general, dairy and sanitation, my sanitation jobs or my jobs, whatever, are fine, going fine. No problems there. And just with scheduling, sort of, that's been the main issue recently, obviously, but nothing really else. So, well, besides those things, the other thing I kind of wanted to say is that I do want to get into trying to make videos. It's just, you know, busy with work, and you know, the day I have off, I'm kind of busy from like 1 to 2. So, you know, maybe after 2 o'clock I can like record a video on Tuesday. I could have done it today, but the thing was, is that it actually wasn't, probably wouldn't have been a good time anyways, because we had, like I said earlier in the video, we had people working on our outside of the house. They're making a lot of noise and talking and blah, blah, blah. So, you know, I'd rather have it be quiet and I can, you know, play my game, talk, record, you can hear me well, you know, that type of thing. Excuse me, I got the frog in my throat. Sorry. So, besides the point, no, it hasn't been too bad. Just, you know, I was kind of, you know, I kind of get stressed out when my schedule changes. You know, when I don't know what I'm working. You know, that's the thing. Is like with me, I can be like, I'm just like super. I like it when I have a set schedule with work, knowing like, okay, Monday, Wednesday, Friday, I'm working 3 to midnight. 2 other days I'm working, you know, 8 to midnight, you know, that type of thing. I want to have it scheduled out and just kept the same. You know, orderly, on time, and just punctual, and you know, being on time at work and just doing my job well, and caring about my job and doing the best I can. You know, not to say that, you know, it's like with my room, it's just like it can become messy, but it's hard to try to explain. It's like with work, let's just say with work at least, it's like I try to be really organized. I hate it when there's just random crap thrown everywhere in the dairy cooler, and it's not organized, and stuff is put on the wrong U-boats. You know, that just really pisses me off, and that's sort of semi-recently happened, so I don't know if I need to talk to somebody about that, because it's annoying when there's like a whole bunch of Dairy Deli stuff on the yogurt U-boats. It's like, I'm doing the yogurt U-boats to do the yogurt, not Dairy Deli. Dairy Deli goes on the Dairy Deli U-boats. Or, if you're the morning person throwing the live stuff, do that. You know, so don't just like, oh, set it off somewhere else for the next person to do, you know. If it's live stuff, if it can go out on the shelf, do it, you know. I don't know. It's just, that's kind of something that's sort of started to annoy me a little bit, of something I've noticed. But sorry if the phone falls again here. I need to check the time. 6:45. Okay. But you know, besides the small little gripes with dairy, and you know, that's not really the people who are working in the dairy. It's just maybe the things, kind of some of the things that they're doing or not doing. Basically, it's just sort of kind of, I get a little bit, you know, I kind of tweak out about it, or you know, get kind of whatever about it. But I do like to have it so that things are organized or put away, and just there's not clutter and there's not a mess everywhere. You know, I like to go into the dairy cooler and just get nice and organized. You know, so, well, anyways, yeah, besides that, you know, I'm doing pretty good, I guess. You know, I'm not really having too many problems or anything. You know, I'm happy that, you know, my work schedule is kind of back to normal, and it just helps me with just not being sort of on edge type of thing, of like not knowing if I'm working, or am I scheduled today? Am I not scheduled? What time am I starting? You know, blah blah blah. You know, just that just kind of sort of gets me upset when I don't know if I'm working or not. I have to like call my boss, because I remember like, you know, maybe when I first started, I'd always be calling my boss to just be like making sure that, hey, is this time right? Is this date or day right that I'm actually working? Um, yeah. So, anyways, I do need to get ready here and get going pretty soon. So work's good for the most part, At least I do have a written schedule, so I do know at least what I'm working this week, and hopefully next week and the week after, and in the seeable future or whatever. Just still working at Hagen's. That my schedule will sort of keep the same. Kind of depends. Maybe during the summertime I might get some more hours back, because I think the other dairy guy might be doing some more classes in the summer, so he'll probably have to take maybe a day off, or cut back maybe a day from his. Now he's working 4 days: Sunday, Tuesday, Thursday, Friday. Sunday, Tuesday, Thursday, Friday, and I'm doing the Monday, Wednesday, Saturday. Kind of a weird spread out with dairy, but that's fine. I don't mind having working Monday, having Tuesday off, working Wednesday, then working Thursday sanitation, and then working Friday sanitation, and then working Saturday full shift. 3 to midnight. So, and then having Sunday off. So it's kind of nice. Kind of having sort of breaks with doing dairy stuff, and then just not having to worry about working. Sort of, so you kind of have like the afternoon Tuesday or Thursday, and then sort of Friday. You don't have to worry about. I don't have to worry about going to work at 3. You'll go later at night, and I am more of a night owl, so kind of working later or just working at night, I kind of tend to enjoy that a little bit more. I do like my 3 to midnight because it is, it's not the morning. I'm not a morning person, so working the 3 to midnight just suits me pretty well. It's not like going late into the night, where I'm not working until like 3 or 4 in the morning or something like that. Something ridiculous. At least when I get home, it's dark out, and I still have plenty of time to sleep and not have the sun basically wake me up. Because that's my problem, is that my window right over here faces where the sun rises, and so I have to have my blackout curtains and everything really blocked off there, so I don't wake up. Because if I have it cracked open for some reason, I'll be waking up at like 7. I'll be waking up really early, and there really is no reason for me to wake up that early, because there's nothing for me to do yet. I don't work until, like I said, 3, usually in the afternoon, or sometimes it'll be 8 o'clock. My usual time is like 10:30, 11. That's kind of the normal time I usually wake up, and that's always been the case. I mean, I've always been a night owl, like I said, in high school, staying up late, and maybe it wasn't the greatest thing to do at the time, but I don't know. I've always had a hard time, going to sleep, falling asleep, staying asleep. So just trying to maybe just stay up later to just make myself tired. So basically, but yeah. So anyways, yeah, I do need to get going here because it's 6:50. My mom's gonna be here in about 10 minutes, so I gotta get dressed really fast, really quick. I was gonna say frick or something like that. What the frick? Fast and quick. Sorry. Yeah, so I gotta get dressed here, and then yeah, so obviously I'll have to upload this when I get home, and tomorrow we still have the people coming by to do the rest of the siding of the house, taking the siding off because there's asbestos. So they're gonna take that off, and obviously I won't be able to like do any videos or anything. And my mom doesn't work too, so she'll be here. And then I work at 3, so I don't I wouldn't really have time to do a video anyways. It's like a whole bunch of things just kind of pile up. So, you know, yeah. So, but then I was thinking too is that on Thursday, I don't work until 8, so I was originally thinking of doing a stream, but the problem is that with my computer here, it's not hooked up. It's not hooked up Ethernet to Ethernet connection. It's Wi-Fi, so my Wi-Fi speed isn't that great. Download speed is good, but the upload speed is not that great for like streaming. Um, yeah, I basically have to like lower the resolution, lower the quality and the bit rate, and I don't really want to do that. You know, I mean, if I were to take my computer and have it downstairs and hook everything up somewhere downstairs, I could, but it's like my computer, so I have it in my room, so it's like, I just have it, hooked up through Wi-Fi, obviously, but you know, yeah. So, anyways, yeah, I do have to get going. Sorry, I am gonna run late here if I can't get dressed in like 2 minutes. I have been able to get dressed in about under 2 minutes. Get dress shirt, dress pants, socks, tie, jacket, shoes, and able to get out in 2 minutes. So I'm gonna test that theory actually right now. Time myself, see how fast I can get changed. So maybe I'll let you guys know how fast I was, how fast I was able to quick change, maybe become a quick change artist. Sorry, yeah, I'm being a dork, but yeah, that's kind of my nature. I kind of inherit that from my mom. My dad's a little more stoic and serious, which I guess maybe, it's kind of perfect because sometimes I can do some deadpan humor where I am super serious about something and I just say a joke and I don't even laugh, but it is funny, and that type of thing. Uh, I'll make a pun or something or whatever. So, anyways, I gotta get going. I will see you guys later. Have a good one.